Hey, beautiful people. Welcome to episode 62 of Mr. Clean's Adventures Travel Podcast. And today we're going to talk about, should you book and plan your own trip, or should you use a travel agent? Let's talk about it. So for me, anybody knows me, I plan and I do my own trips. And for many of the reasons that I've talked about in prior podcasts. But this podcast is kind of just to highlight, some of the pros and cons, whether you want to use an agent or plan your own trip. So first, I'll start off by planning your own trip, since that's what I'm familiar with. One, planning your own trip means that you're spending the time and energy to learn and understand where you're going. It does require hours and time of research for flights and hotels and excursions, but that experience would be fully 100% yours. And that's what I love. I love for the experience that I have, good, bad, up, down, left, right, is 100% mine, my own, my interests, my decisions, how my day goes, 100% mine, not somebody else's. Second, the price. When you plan and book your own things, you can evaluate price, and you can find a price, the flight, itinerary, the hotel, lodging locations that fit you in the right price range, which I think is good. And then third, you can have that freedom to explore and adjust your schedule as you need, versus go with 5, 10, 20, 30 people that has a set structure, a set schedule for things. And may not have as much capacity for you to wander off and do what you want and remove and adjust your itinerary as needed. So now let's talk about some pros of, working with a booking agent, travel agent, at least what I've heard from some friends. So one, a lot of women, they don't feel comfortable for good reason to travel solo. Not to say that you can't. I've met women that do it, but generally women, or some people have never traveled abroad before. They prefer to do a tour company, a tour group that they pay for, and everything is laid out for them. The lodging, the excursions, they just need to book their departure and returning flight. Other than that, they're good. So I think the benefit of that is, one, if you haven't traveled abroad before, you get that step-by-step guidance and being handheld in terms of what to bring, what to do. Some of them have pre-trip Zoom and Teams chats to get you prepared. And then when you're there, you got a chauffeur, you got somebody to talk to and ask questions. You can meet new people, a part of your group, and don't feel so worried about needing to interact or trying to fight to interact with foreigners that may have or locals there that have a different language, different culture, different religion, and things that you're not even sure that you're comfortable with yet. So that's some of the benefits there. But I do think one thing to think about when it comes to the booking agent or using a travel company is that, one, remember, you didn't spend that time and energy to plan that trip, that country. So there could have been things that you wanted to do that you didn't even know was possible, or the way in which the itinerary is structured, you could have wanted to have it done differently, but you can't do it that way since now that you're going with the company. And I think another big piece is the cost. Some of these, I can do certain countries in Africa or South America, Europe, Asia, whatever it may be, for 50%, 60% of the cost of what some of these tour companies offer. However, it just depends on what matters to you. So for me, what matters to me is value for price. For other people, they just value being able to do something knowing they'll get back to America in one piece, right? Because they have these jitters and concerns. But I do know that, for certain countries, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 isn't necessary to go to Ghana. At least for me, it's not. I made Senegal and Ghana happen with $3,000, $3,500. Right? And that includes my own excursions, my own, everything I choose I wanted to do. So, but if you have the money and if you will like that and you feel like it's worth that price, then I have no issue. I don't see any problem using one, a travel agent, to make sure that they are well experienced, that you talk to people, people that have done it, as well as you can ask questions in advance to make sure you're fully prepared for that experience. And so that you can learn and hopefully learn some tactics of how it's organized, so that if you do plan to do a solo trip at some point, that you have a little bit more experience and understand how they organize. So now you can understand how you want to organize your own future trip. So that's it for episode 62. We talked about some of the pros of being a solo traveler, but doing your own thing, maybe saving some money, versus using a travel agent that has experience and can guide you through the process and put things together for you. And also solo, you can save some money, as well as with the user booking agent, could be more expensive, but you could be helping out a friend. So there's some things to think about. So just hit me up, let me know what you think, whether you prefer the solo or the booking agent option, and then whether you're interested in trying the other option. So you can follow me at IG at @Mr. Clean, as well as my YouTube channel, Mr. Clean's Adventure Travel Podcast. Have a good one. Peace.